if you want to just scroll through those,
Yeah.
we can see them on this side.
Okay. You tell me when to stop, or if I'm going too fast, or whatever.
That was for a pulse pounder, a pneumatic pulse pounder. They put it in the producer post, and Corey said he ordered it, put it back in the spring, and he just already got it in November, so.
This one?
Get that one. Yep.
Okay.
What's hood cleaning? Is that like the cooking?
Yeah.
Out in the kitchen. It's pretty expensive cleaning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Not cheap.
It's the hood cleaner.
It's like when they keep the septic stuff.
Yeah, stuff's expensive, isn't it?
We're signing this today. Yeah, new contract.
Yeah, what is that one with the 2019 contract?
It should, well, that's when it began. It's just the monthly contract. So they've had a 5-year contract, and that's just when it began. It ends this December, that's why we're renewing. So we have a new contract in place for 24.
Okay.
That's just the monthly amount we pay them.
Yeah. Right.
What is the train work complete?
That's the
Is
HVAC.
that the HVAC?
Mm-hmm.
So we're all done with that
We're all
now?
done with that one now. Yep, that one.
I've been there for a while.
Yeah,
We're trying to get it done.
yeah, well, they've been holding on to an invoice because there was something they had to complete, and they weren't, there was like either a test or certificate, I can't remember. So Tyler said to hold on to it, don't pay it until
They
they
finish
complete.
it.
Yeah. So they finally got it complete.
Got it.
It's youth that does the training, well, actually the fairs and recreation does the annual training for the fair directors and stuff.
Oh.
And that's paying for registration for, I think it's in January. It's those trainings you go to that scare you.
Right.
The liability.
It makes you nervous, yeah. Research training is dangerous.
Yeah.
None of that.
All right.
I'm afraid there's going to be a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you two, dang it.
No way around that.
No.
Get some grandpa's cough medicine, you'll be alright. Teaspoon of honey and warm water.
Now, let me ask you a quick question on that one. The WO, is that a monthly or what?
That's a monthly. That is a monthly.
That is monthly.
Mm-hmm. But we're reimbursed through that IDC grant. Independent
Right.
Council.
Okay. Is it 100% reimbursed?
like 75. Hers is a monthly also. These are all like,
Right. There's a little typo right there. I don't know that makes a difference, go up there. Hold it,
where?
keep going. Hold it, Carrie.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Sorry,
Public.
Yeah,
That's
letters
a,
are all there.
that's a new word,
yeah,
public.
type it.
That's okay, every time I type the ugly, it's neural D. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, that was a big check run because we had Thanksgiving week.
Okay, I'll make the motion, we approve the bills.
Perfect.
I'll second that.
Any other questions from anybody? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. We'll have to need you guys to sign those later. Give that down to Ginger. Minutes are the next up on the agenda. Those as well should be in your packet.
Yep.
I usually go through and I'm like, okay. Good for me.
There's no public in there, or what's the word you use?
Public.
Public. Public.
You guys just tell me. Oh, we didn't tell me that one. Anything? Oh, cookies rooster, I like it.
Sorry.
You won't say, he didn't even notice the rooster. Jesus,
Was that your phone?
Oh, that is so, I love this, I love it.
She's like me.
We're up, rooster.
I'm surprised it's not a cowbeller.
Yeah.
Just a little further away. I had to leave the house because the 4-year-old, he doesn't let me have him quiet. So he's got to deal with farm animals and stuff.
Either way. I'll let you look over that one county.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of reporting there. I think it's good.
Okay. That's the first step.
Let's see, just right there on that last sentence, I think with the next meeting will be a planning meeting. I missed that when I looked
Right here.
at it, packet, yeah.
Or merge it out. It looks like the last one.
Instead of can be, will be.
Oh.
Yeah, they're supposed to come back with, you know, some work done and measurements on their own, everybody involved, and then they'll get more into details.
Okay, perfect.
And then here's next one.
Right there on, where it says 2018 Ram as surplus and should be, will be, scratch A, will be traded for a new vehicle.
Got it.
Sorry, that's too technical, I should.
No, I need technical.
Hey, Steph, I missed one. Can you scroll back up to the first set of minutes?
The first one?
Yeah, sorry.
Sure. Where?
A little more. Right there where it says Bridgerton Inland Port site visit, it should just say Bridgerton campus site visit.
Okay.
That's all right, you go back to the other one.
Right there. You went down a little more now. You're there. Right there, perfect.
Okay, question on that, the rural county grant. Wasn't that the rural community grant with Milford?
No,
That's a different one?
no, this is the 200,000 that we get every year for everything.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Have we not got to the Milford one yet?
Probably not, I haven't seen it.
Because I thought that's the one that she was discussing and not the county one. And maybe it's just farther down in the minutes.
Could be.
Because the Milford one's also 200,000, right?
I think that's what she applied for, but I don't think it's just been applied, it hasn't been awarded.
Oh, okay, all right.
through the Christmas gift line paragraph. I think that's a little confusing.
Okay.
I just wanna make sure it's, cause it sounds like we're giving, right down a little bit in there. Prove it.
I can't hear you very good, Wade.
I'm just saying that the employee Christmas gift paragraph just says the commission approved a Christmas gift purchase of new jackets with the logo as well as restaurant for all employees, which include planning and zoning. I don't think planning and zoning are getting a jacket, they're just getting a gift certificate.
No.
No, they are.
Yeah,
Oh, we are?
I'm confused about that.
There was an email to us that they are.
We were just doing the gift certificates for the planning and zoning, not the jacket.
What's that?
They think they are.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they're not employees.
They're technically not employees, though.
Then you need to discuss that with the director. Yeah. Or
Okay.
whatever his title is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want me to exclude that?
Well, I thought we discussed that last time, so.
We did.
Yeah. We feel like they get the biggest certificate in the line, but not the jacket, because they're not employees.
And that's what I didn't have any talks about that.
Oh, okay. We'll have a conversation about it, but let's take it out of the minutes. 'Cause
Okay.
it's not really what
Okay,
is
I
intended.
can do that.
It's for employees.
Yeah, I dropped that last part of the sentence,
Okay, got it.
just for all employees.
Okay, any other questions on the minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes with a few minor changes.
Okay,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, make unanimous. Next, Tracy, come on up. Election canvas. Thank you.
Hello.
We're gonna, there you are, there you are.
Hope you guys feel healthy and well soon.
Can you hear us? Can you hear Tracy?
Can you hear me?
A little bit.
Okay.
Good.
Well, where's the mic? Is it on there? On the computer, actually.
Can you hear me better? Can you, Steph, can you turn the microphone?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So the election went great, really smooth. We ended with 47%. And,
What's in typical years, for instance?
well, I don't have anything to compare that's apples to apples, because I haven't done a special
Oh,
election
that's
by
good.
mail.
Yeah.
But for a municipal, that's great.
That's good.
Yeah. So I was really happy with the turnout. And of the turnout, you know, typically we have some that I have to remedy later. And that's the one with green and blue on it. It had about 24 ballots that we had challenged as far as like the signature had changed or something of that nature. And only 3 of those were not cured by today. So that's 13%, which seems high, but it's really 3 ballots. We had quite a few come in past the deadline, which was 18. So they were postmarked the day of election and after. And then I had 1 person register day of, actually in early voting, and 3 ballots total of provisionals. They were all counted. And then 10 that came in person. So all as expected as far as my trends go. That's less than 1%. The audit went smooth. We had audited 19 signatures. We changed that from, with the legislative audit that came through, the state now audits signatures as they come. So the way that we do it is, we do it in batches, and then we randomly let Siri pick which ballot we're gonna, or which signature we're gonna audit. And whoever didn't originally verify the signature in the 2, then the 3rd person would audit that. We had no problems there. And then we also audited 73 ballots this last week, and no problems there at all. Does anybody have any questions?
No, you always do a great job. I've been there sometimes. Should have been there this year, but, appreciate what you do, and I have all the faith in the world in you.
Well, thank you guys.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
it went really good. I need to get that letter that you guys normally sign in person, I need to get it up to the state ASAP, so if you, when you approve it, let me know if I can do a digital signature on you too, that would be great.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
you have my permission.
I would say with the special election as well, it's always a challenge, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it went good, it went really well.
Getting it done, and now it comes the big one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In 24.
Yep, 2024, here we come.
Okay, so,
Exactly.
You want a motion?
yep, entertain a motion.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the election audit.
Thank you, and the canvas results.
Canvas results is what she's gonna,
She's gonna type that.
we're gonna say canvas results.
Canvas results.
Okay,
What you said.
all right, we got a motion.
Do you need a?
Do I need a second?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you need a roll call? Do we need a roll call?
I've documented the ayes, so I think we're okay. No?
Yeah, I know that we have got some training recently.
I know. I'm putting my.
All right,
Can we go
just roll call it, go ahead.
Yeah, roll call it, for we gotta say.
Roll call it.
Sorry.
Yep.
Commissioner Hartley, aye.
Commissioner Pearson, aye.
Commissioner Holland said aye. Make it unanimous.
Okay.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thanks, everybody. You're welcome.
All right.
And yes, you have our permission to digitally sign it, or however you want to say that.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna stay on schedule. Next thing is to consider an addendum to contract for Indigent Capital Defense Council Services. Vaughn has that one.
Yeah, so Beaver County pays into a state fund called the Indigent Capital Defense Fund. We do it just kind of almost as an insurance policy. I can't think of a better analogy in case, an awful case comes our way.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me at all, commissioners?
Just barely.
All right, let me start over, and hopefully this will help. So Beaver County pays in each year to the Indigent Capital Defense Fund. We almost see it as a type of insurance policy. Whenever a death penalty case comes our way, it's extremely expensive. And so we pay into this fund so that when that happens, or when a really bad case that could potentially become a death penalty case arrives on our doorstep, the Capital Defense Fund can pay those costs on our behalf. Leo right now is prosecuting a pair of murder cases. He is not seeking the death penalty, but because there is potentially, I guess, a possibility that it could at some point result in the death penalty, the law says we still have to get capital defense certified defense attorneys on board anyway. So what we have here is just an addendum to a contract for Indigent Capital Defense Services that has been signed already by the Indigent Defense Funds Board. It's already been signed by them. Our participation in that isn't to pay the money, it's just to acknowledge that this is the agreement that the State Defense Board has worked out with the attorneys. So we're just saying, yep, we're aware of the agreement that you made, and it's fine with us, that you're paying these funds out of the State Indigent Defense Board.
Questions? Do you guys have the contract in front of you? Or in the packet?
Yes, well, she's got it on the screen, and then,
Okay, yes.
so we do this annually, right, Mom?
Ginger?
So we pay into this, fund, it's like a trust, and then we don't actually go into this portion as far as the contract unless we have a case. It's just what happens we have a case. We do pay annually into this fund based on population and based on cases, I think.
Yeah.
And so we pay into this every single year in January.
It's an annual payment.
don't, but we do now, with the capital cases we have.
Right, so Stephanie, let's scroll back up to the top, please. I want them to see that what we're signing. Oh, it's not at the top. Scroll down to the bottom, to the top of the second page. Here we go. This is us acknowledging that the State Indigent Defense Trust Fund is paying this money.
Right, we're tapping into it currently.
So it's us saying, yeah, we recognize your word doubts of disagreement.
So does that have to say Beaver County?
Yeah, that's a typo. We'll have our board chair cross out the word Davis and write the word Beaver and then interlineate it. It's like somebody recycled an agreement from Davis County.
I just noticed that too, sorry.
We ought to make sure that that's the only place that says Beaver County, or needs to change to.
Yeah, I spotted that as well, and I see down in the signature line it says Chairman Beaver County, and then it says attest Beaver County Clerk. Those are the only places where there's a county mentioned that I can spot.
You need a motion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
want to take turns, Brandon?
I'll take turns. I'll make a motion, we approve this. I don't have the right in front of me, the packet I have in front of me.
County acknowledgement approved.
Right here, yeah, read that top right there.
I'll make a motion, we approve the addendum to contract for Indigent Capital Defense Council Service.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect, thank you very much. Cross that out, I crossed that out too.
Good job,
I
thank
initialed
you.
it.
Thank you, appreciate that.
What's that?
Yes, you need to attest to that.
Yes, yes. We're a little bit ahead, so we're gonna do you have a discussion item?
Now, you keep all contracts, but I probably
Okay.
So, I've had a lot of department heads ask me if you will come back to them and talk about the budget before the final adoption. And so I sent that email out that said between like tomorrow and the 14th before the next. So if you would like me to make appointments with them, on an individual, not all three of you, like how you met before, I can do that. Some of them are questioning if they're going to be able to, know before that meeting and talk to you again.
So, yes, I think that's kind of our plan, right, with us three. I did talk to Ginger yesterday about the budget, and Ginger can chime in later if she wants to on this. I think we're kind of good to go with what we've discussed. So if we want to, she sent out an email, I think, to all of us with
Yeah,
that.
and I did get, Commissioner Yardley, I did get your
Your
question.
mic's off, Ginger.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was off. Commissioner Yardley, I got your comments. Once we get done with this meeting, I'll go through and see, I did move like the weed budget over into the roads because it made sense as far as supervision, but I can move it back over. You questioned the bleachers, that is for another agency, I think it's Beaver City. It has something to do with the TRT, so it's not something that we're specifically paying, we're not buying for the county. And the other question you had was, Milford admin.
Okay, I'm confused, hang on a minute.
Okay.
I thought we were talking about special service district.
Oh, I thought they decided to move that to, and bring up a discussion item, isn't that what you said?
Oh, yeah, we're doing discussion item.
Yes, this is
Sorry, we're
discussion
all
item.
ahead.
They got ahead
Well,
of.
you guys, so it's really hard to understand you guys.
Laptop over to members talking this week.
Yeah, it's just everything's kind of mumbled. When you're talking, Steph, it's like, it's really bad. I can't understand what you're saying.
Okay, so now you say what we're talking about, right?
So, can you hear me?
Yeah,
So what we're talking about is going back with the department heads, each one of us that we were already kind of assigned to, and following up on the budget that we've kind of discussed with Ginger, and answering any questions and kind of giving them an idea of make sure we're okay with where we're at.
Okay.
So they're kind of expecting that. They want that next before we meet on the 19th, have those discussions, just to make sure there's no other, anything that we're missing, and kind of explain kind of where we're at a little bit. Ginger was talking about some of the requests that Brandon sent in on that. Did you send an email out yesterday with the budget?
Yeah.
And Brandon had some questions about a couple of things. I think can you hear Ginger now when she explains it?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Thanks for the microphone, we can hear you.
Okay, I'll let her explain it again.
So, I did move the weed department over into the roads. We can move it back if you want me to. I
I think we should probably leave it in the road for this year, and then next year, we'll have them maybe do their own budget.
Okay. Because I did it for supervisor reasons, that's why I pushed it over into the roads. It just made more sense as far as approving, and it wasn't a lot, it's not a ton of money. I have not done anything with the Milford admin, which I will, I'll go kind of figure that one out. The question kind of the bleachers there is, I think that is something with another agency that they requested through the TRT. So, I don't know, I think you'll have to get with Jen and see exactly who's requested that, for that $9,000, but it's not bleachers that Beaver County is acquiring, I think it's another agency. And as far as the Coyote contract, do we know how much that is? Because I have some in non-departmental that should probably cover it, I just don't know how much are you thinking for the Coyote contract?
It was around 3,200, that sounds right to me.
Somewhere like that, 32, 35 maybe.
I still think we can cover it probably under non-departmental, because I have $300,000 to cover any of your lobbying, your public lands organizations, things of that nature. I have put over there, so I'm not concerned with the Coyote contract with the state. And so if there's anything else, though, like, please let me know. The only question I do have is, if you're meeting with all these department heads, are you allowing them to edit again? And if you are, can you tell me, like, as quick as that happens so that I can see if there is enough funding to do what their secondary asks are?
I mean, my thoughts are possibly not edits, it's probably more discussion about where we're at, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think we edit.
okay,
Unless we miss something, and then you, obviously, I
Sure.
would be the first to find that out, but.
sure.
After that, it's going to be very minimal, I
Okay.
think, I don't know what the final.
Okay, I mean, I can do that, and if it's a big ask, I'll have to figure out
No,
something.
I don't, at least I have not indicated that there's any opportunity to edit, and
Okay.
I have not had anybody ask me either.
Okay, great.
I think it's mostly just to have some discussion so they feel comfortable kind of where we're at before we come to that meeting, because
Okay.
there's other questions there as well.
Sure, okay, fair enough.
Okay. Clear as mud on that old business there. So I guess we'll just kind of, if you want Stephanie to make appointments for you, or we can just arrange our own time to meet with those department heads, I guess that's up to each one of us, whatever you want to do.
The way my schedule's going, I just do make my own.
Okay.
Everything's kind of chaos right now.
Okay.
Most of them, I probably need to just talk to a couple others, so I think I'll just stop by when I can on the other ones.
All right.
So, the top ones I've been in contact for a while, so I think we'll just make our own fun.
Okay, perfect. So staff, I think we're good on that, so we'll get it squared away.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we're gonna go back up on the agenda for the 940 discussion. Consider approving resolution 2023-09, which is approving members for Elk Meadows Special Service District. Is Heidi coming?
I told Heidi and Bill, one of them wanted to be here. Maybe I'll go grab her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's their secretary, so she'd be good to have her.
He's grabbing Heidi really quick.
I sworn I saw that in the packet.
I mean, you guys, oh, if you haven't seen it, scroll the packet up. I can read them to
There we
you.
go. So Commissioner Hollingshead, Shane Gadbock, Paul Bergen, Philip Emerson, Ronald Torgensen, Dee Drainey. How did that happen?
Want me to read it, Commissioner?
Yeah.
So the resolution would appoint the following members: Wade Hollingshead, Shane Gadbock, Paul Bergen, Philip Emerson, Ronald Torgerson, Dee Drainey, and Dave Christensen to be the members of the board.
Do you need any explanation for me?
Yeah, go ahead. Heidi.
Okay, so, in the meeting, Leo presented, there were 4 members with terms expiring, and, Leo presented them to the board. They discussed the projects that are currently underway. There's 2 major water projects that are happening right now. So they discussed the water projects that are currently underway and determined that it would probably be best to keep the board intact until the completion of these major projects that we have going. And so the board decided on that, determined to send a resolution in for approval to the county commission to keep the board intact the way that it is.
Mhm.
And we had a change, Ron Torgerson is our Sitla guy. He was off for a little while. We had a different guy who was never attending, and so Sitla sent Ron back to us.
Fantastic.
We're thrilled to have him back.
That's good. Ron's always good, and I know he took his place and he does not follow through.
Ron's awesome. So that's the biggest reason for leaving everything as it is just to get through these 2 enormous projects, which they are expecting. We thought we might go 3 years, but it looks like they're gonna end, they think they'll have them done next year, if the spring and summer cooperate with them. So they
Good.
made good progress this year. There were a couple big portions of it that we found out we didn't have to do. So saved us a little bit of money, and it's gonna help the project along, so it's going really well.
That's good.
Morning, Rob. He's go back on right now.
Yeah, he's on currently, yes.
So do we need to edit that, it says his term to expire December 31st, 2021?
Yeah, that shouldn't be there. The Sitla guy is just appointed by Sitla. They tell us who's gonna come. We don't really, but we probably should fix that. Yeah, good catch.
So would that be
Or just
2025?
take
Yeah.
the term, the expiration date off altogether.
Yeah.
You could because he's appointed by
Right,
Sitla,
yeah,
so
take it off.
just scratch that and initial it or something.
So.
It's an appointment. Good catch.
So should we just put an appointment?
You could write as appointed by Sitla, or
Hmm.
what do you think, Ron?
As appointed by Civil, works for me. Because their appointments don't have terms, they're just there on behalf of Civil.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions with that?
You can even put as appointed without a term
Mhm.
by Civil, to clarify that there's no term.
I think that's a good plan. It's hard to change leadership when you're in the middle of a project, and it just makes sense to keep them there.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry.
I didn't guess it, but I will. We can fix it.
All right, well, with that, if there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion that we accept resolution 2023-09.
So moved.
Any other questions? No, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Did you, let's see, so you'll fix that? With the changes, obviously, right? Motion with changes.
Right.
Thanks, Heidi.
Thank you.
Shall make those changes on that before on.
That's good.
What's the matter?
I don't know what's going on.
All right, next item on the agenda is gonna be, we're gonna stay right on schedule here. Consider signing project success contract with Ginger.
Yeah, I thought Sheriff Black was gonna attend, but he said he was gonna try, but I don't think he's.
Well,
Oh.
we got some people here. it's fine.
Ooh.
We
That
go
was
with-
perfect timing.
Why won't I be?
Oh, there's the sheriff.
We called you, so don't, just keep on rolling.
speak of the devil.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil. Hey, will you sit in that seat right there, because it picks up your voice, use on that, right there, if you would. Thank you. Floor's yours, gentlemen. How are you today?
Good.
Good. You here, or other two?
I don't know, they just told me to come here, I'm supposed to meet with you guys.
I think I was speaking.
Project success.
There we go.
So project,
Contract for project success.
yeah, this is a
Oh,
contract.
yeah, we're good, we need to sign that.
So Project Success's contract is ending December of '23. And so this, and I know they came and met to add an additional part-time, a part-time, what do you call it?
I call them therapists.
Therapist, okay. So they never did an addendum to that. So this is now picking up that addendum and also amending and renewing this contract, so it'll go forward starting January 1 of '24. It is increasing a little bit, but it wasn't anything that I couldn't build into the budget. So, yeah, everything else is staying the same. It's a pretty simple contract. 30-day notice if we decide to terminate their service, which I don't think we will. But yeah, it goes through 29. So it's a 5-year contract.
Just to add on to that, that's our programming basically, and part of the programming out to the jail. We've just been selected, I was just notified yesterday that out of all of the contracting jails and the state prison in Draper or wherever it's located at now, Gunnison, both sites, there is a program which it's not exactly these guys, but it is one of our programming classes. It deals with fatherhood, being a father when you get outside of the facility. They've called and asked if they could come down. They use us as the example for all of the other counties. The guy that runs that program and I have spoken many times. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. Back is out, and I'm like struggling right now. So they're doing a big kind of a spotlight on it. I don't know if it's through different correctional facilities or whatever, but they just asked if they could come down, do their photo shoot down here, and asked because again they're using us as
we're the pilot.
golden ship.
Yeah, we were the pilot.
It's not the pilot, and it's not the pilot, but it's running in every county jail right now. Every county jail has it. They just said that the way that our facility runs it and the way that it's the success rate that they're having here is they want to do it on site here, which I thought was a pretty big deal. So our programming's a major thing out there, so we need to sign this.
And that's great. I can say that Wade was there too, at our joint jail committee last month. They made a big deal about Beaver County and the programming. But you guys are doing a great job out there, so kudos to you, and it's nice to have the recognition. I know it's a successful program.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Any other questions? We need a motion, yeah, to sign the contract.
Make a motion to approve the clinical services independent contract.
Second, all right, any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
You got it.
Okay.
Thank you much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate both of you. Yep. Go back to you, I believe. Oh, did you hear? We're about 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Do you guys have any commission updates you want to address before the next one?
I can run a couple of things by you real quick.
Okay.
So, at a cabinets there that are empty. Her predecessor, Chris Stewart, when he came into office, had 20 years of Air Force memorabilia and all these books that he'd written and different things, so he could immediately start, you know, setting up the office. And so we're going to do the same thing with different things from the county. So Beaver County, I'm kind of looking at it. I'd already had a specimen of the red burl from out west for Beaver County, but want to add a couple other things. I've talked to the New Milford Mining bunch. They're going to do a little piece of copper sheeting, and then do some engraving on that. I thought maybe I'd do like a wild horse. You guys have some other suggestions for Beaver County? We've got a small shelf space, maybe 12 to 14 inches wide, and maybe 10 inches tall, that we could fill for Beaver County. I'm open to suggestions.
Suggestions, anyone?
Say that again?
I was just looking for some suggestions.
Okay. And we can talk offline on that. It's not, you know, it's not a critical decision by any stretch of the imagination, but
Right.
just a little display thing for each county.
Okay, anything else? Commissioner Yardley?
And I like the mining theme, Commissioner Pearson. I think that look good back there. That looks nice. So, just one quick update on the railroad fencing. We have seen a miracle. They did show up. That had started replacing some fencing
Wow.
north of Milford.
Holy cow.
It looks like they've got a lot of material stacked up in the yard, so it looks like they're going to be here for a little while, which is great. Thank you to everybody who's helped pitch into that and fight that battle. And we finally did see some results from all the fights and phone calls and emails. And so it's good to see those guys show up and do what they said they were going to do.
How much have they got done yet?
So they haven't made it to the geothermal road yet. And I haven't been down the fence to see where they moved. It's been about a mile last time I went down past Milford, but I'm sure they're getting close to the geothermal road.
That's fantastic
I was
news.
out there Friday, and I couldn't see them down the line yet, but maybe now that I've got it quarantined for a little while, I'll go for a ride today and see if I can locate where they're at and see what the plans are.
Good deal. Thanks for the update.
Yeah, that's wonderful news there. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it has. That's
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Bob, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a fight we've been fighting a long time.
We're not years, we're decades, aren't we? We've been talking
Yeah,
about-
yeah. Feels like decades, yeah.
But
Whatever
on
it is.
the, I mean, individually, but on the county level, we've been fighting for a
Ever.
long time
Forever.
too, so.
It's nice to see the results and finally, you know, get the right people on board and everybody works together and get it accomplished. So this has been great to see.
Yeah, the heavy lift is, and I think you guys all know that, we got the legislation passed that, and Darren Owens carried that for us, that they're gonna have to start paying penalties if the fencing is not done. They just wanna pay for dead cows and, or livestock, and so the penalty is the fencing is up, and if they don't report, there's penalties, and, you know, for not only paying for the livestock, but if they're, you know, a day charge, those kind of things. Anyway, that's what actually finally made their decision, so. It's good news.
It's good to see them.
Yeah, good work on that.
Yeah, that's great, and also that's really neat for Celeste as well, to have her there in the Congress and be, you know, I think she'll be a great voice for rural Utah, so I'm excited for her and everyone else involved in her area, so thanks to both for being there and supporting her on that, so appreciate that. Okay, next item. we're gonna keep her on long, we're just a little ahead still, but we're gonna go to consider signing Civic Plus website contract. Ginger, that's you again. You got a lot of contracts today.
I think it's actually Seth.
Or Stephanie.
Yeah.
You had, so Civic Plus website is the entity that manages our website, for the county, and I think this is this a annual fee?
Yes.
Yes, and they've increased it. How many?
They increase it every single year. It's an annual licensing that we pay for them to host our website. So, and we've not been into contract, I don't think, with them for a while, so I think this is something new for them.
So I talked to Eric, I think, can't hear if I use my microphone. Is this better? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. That was good. If you want to scroll to that page too
Yeah.
as well.
Sorry, let me get you there. Where are we? Sorry, it's highlighted for some reason. Sorry. Let me open it back up. Bye. Sorry. We're gonna do that. I get the packet back up, sorry.
No worries. What was our, so we haven't had a contract, but we've been paying this, what was our fee last year?
Let me look.
Okay.
So it's $8,800 annually?
Yeah, so last year we paid $7,956.38. So it goes up a few $100 every single year.
I mean, the only other option is to look for
Another host, yeah, that would be your only.
But, yeah.
So it jumped 2,000?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's the new updates and modules you guys have been using in the last year or so. I'm not sure.
No, and they actually have an option right now to do a redesign, which I'd really like to do, because I think we need some updates on it. But they send in an email just like everything else. We've had to bump everything else due to,
Inflation.
and everything else, so they're just same as everything else. And I've talked to, I think, his name is Aaron, and he's like, let's get your redesign going, because that's kind of a one-man show, but it's just me. So, yeah. I want to start that in January. Like I said, in January, let's get, started on a new redesign, if you're okay with that.
Well, I think our website's okay, but it definitely needs updating, consistent updating.
Right.
Agreed. I don't know if you guys know if there's any other website servicing companies that are out there. I mean, I only see Civic Plus pretty much wherever we go. There may be something else, I don't know.
There are other ones out
I'm
there.
sure there is. Technology is not my cup of tea, or I have no idea.
Me neither.
We could shop around and have somebody bid it. But we ran into that problem a few years back when somebody else owned our
Mm-hmm. With GoDaddy.
website, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Ginger, and then we had to buy them out.
Yeah, we did with I think it was GoDaddy with Trump Council.
Yeah, that was kind of painful.
It was messy.
It took us a long time to get out of that
and either party can get out with 60-day notice.
That's pretty standard.
But I wonder what ownership they retain, like if you have to buy them out.
If we can keep the domain name, then we could buy it out and keep that domain.
Because see, that was our problem, we couldn't even get into the old website to change anything, we had to start from scratch, so, and maybe I'm talking crazy, because my memory's not that long, but it was a hard thing to change.
No, I don't think you're wrong, I think you're right on.
I think, but the only thing I would say with these guys, I think they're fine. We just need to monitor them more closely and make sure that they're keeping the updates and it's staying fresh and you know, it should be one of those living, breathing kind of things where you're always adding to it, changing it and making sure that everything, because I hate navigating through a new thing, but it's nice that they keep it fresh.
Yeah, and what actually are we getting for the cost? I mean, what does that entail?
I can look
Right.
into all of that and,
Yeah.
Maybe you ought to table it, maybe you ought to table that contract and do us a little bit deeper research and then bring it back.
What we have in front of us is just the renewal agreement, and it references us to an original contract that apparently we don't have in front of us. So,
I was gonna say, if we're paying $2,000 more than we did last year, let's make them earn it, if they're gonna charge us $2,000 to bring it up to that.
I can look into all the services they provide us and bring it back to the next meeting.
Because I would be willing to bet that they haven't done a single change, well, very few changes this year.
is there someone from Civic Plus that can maybe be available?
Yes, I have an account manager, yeah.
I think it might
That might be something, Steph, that our commissioners, that we put on Steph's page, that are her to-do list, you know, on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, that you do an assessment on this and are in constant, communication with them to make sure that that webpage is up and running. Because I know there should be updates, continual updates, whether it's weekly or monthly or whatever, but there's always information changing that needs to be updated.
I think you're right, I don't think in the last year and a half it's changed at all, so
Yeah.
we need to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing if we're giving them a year contract.
Well, that's gonna be, I think this is under your, to-do list, isn't it, Steph?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So, I don't know, is that something we need to, I mean, we don't need to sign today, let's table it and get some more information, we'll bring it back.
Okay.
You guys okay with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want a motion?
Yeah,
Motion to table it?
motion to table it.
Or what did you say?
Yeah, just a motion to table this contract.
For further research?
Yeah.
I'll move.
You get the easy one.
All in favor? Okay. We're next on the agenda, just a few minutes ahead of schedule still, that's okay.
Hey, I have to have a tiny break, so, sorry.
You want it right now? Let's do it right now. 5-minute recess.
It's necessary.
Okay. We'll take a 5-minute recess.
Commissioner, it appears that we have Leo Cannell.
That's what it is. I figured,
Yeah.
I looked at the email, hopefully we'll have their invite. Right here.
So Leo Cannell, which is good for the next business item.
Yeah.
All this is just, they can sign right to it.
So this is more of a ratification.
Motion.
Good.
All the keys and
Wow.
the things that
She said, Father, I can't do this.
Good girl.
Okay,
Good
I
girl.
will help Ginger.
Yep, we will have a new contract.
Mm-hmm,
I'm trying to check, like,
mm-hmm. Right, yeah, there's one. I was thinking of getting Carolyn White here in person so that I don't have to go chasing her down to get her signature.
Oh, for that.
See if she's available. Myself in my office.
Two resolution, well,
Yeah. You two doing okay today?
Yep,
Good.
have a Christmas tree up and decorated and.
Ready to go, huh?
kinda. Sort of, yeah.
That's all right, it's up, right? That's good.
Yeah, it's up.
It's a big project, it takes 5 of us.
Men.
That is a big project, geez.
Yeah.
How big's the tree?
It's about 14 foot this year,
Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy cow.
so.
Make sure it doesn't fall over, right?
Yeah.
I have a tree. We always used to cut down a tree, you know,
Yep.
put it up. And I fell over a couple times on me a few years ago, so my wife's gone to go get a fake one.
Oh,
I don't know.
don't blame her there, though.
No, it makes it a little easier
Yeah.
sometimes. Doesn't smell quite as good though.
The family has had a tradition for I don't know how many years, that the Friday after Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
we all meet and head up, and I think we cut about 10 trees this year.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah, it is. Everybody's pointing and climbing up the side of the mountain.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Oh,
And
it's
then,
fun.
then we need so much help, so everybody comes out the following Saturday.
It helps you out, huh?
To help
Yeah.
us get the tree in the house and vertical.
Awesome. That is fun. Yvonne's going back?
Yeah. Just trying to help her out.
Oh, there he is.
I'm here. Yeah, Carolyn will be here. We are chasing all over town for signatures on this contract.
You ready? Okay. All right, recess is now over, we're back. And the next item is gonna be consider signing the Melford Hospital purchase agreement.
And I note, Commissioner, that Attorney Leo Cannell is present. He's been pivotal in the negotiations and helping the facility.
Yes, Leo Canale is online with us as well today.
So this agreement is what was, that Jeremy with the title company brought to me along with a fistful of keys to the building and a list of, things that are paid, such as utilities. I have since switched the utilities as of December 1st over into Beaver County's name. So this is just a formality for the title company to sign that we are purchasing. We've already cut the check for them. I have them remove that $40 recording fee, because that's not something that we would pay ourselves to record a document. To ourselves, yes. So I removed that fee, so I actually cut the check for $225.05. Yeah.
94.52.
Mm-hmm. So I'll need just a motion for you to sign that purchase agreement, and this will finalize, and they'll record as quick as we get that document to the title company. They have the check, and it will be, we'll be official owners of the old Milford Hospital.
And we should probably point out,
Leo, do you have any thoughts or questions? Are you okay?
Looks like, we can sort of sign that, kind of a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should get all the amount, but
court, that is a county court, and it also houses the Beaver County Sheriff's Office on the west side. And this purchase potentially presents, I think, an overall cost savings to the taxpayers. Rather than paying rent on those for the next 15, 20 years, we'll simply own it. I think when you do the math that way, it's a purchase that makes sense, it's a cost benefit to the taxpayers, and ultimately there are other good things that could be done there in the building as well. It's got a great potential for future development.
And it's property, it's land, so that you're right.
Yeah.
Future development, future other buildings could be there as well, so I think it's a good purchase.
Well,
Commissioners?
also, you have the Beaver County office, not just the Beaver County
Thank you,
court.
Commissioner, yeah, because Susan handles a lot of things besides just the justice court. I'm an attorney and I always think courts, but she does way more.
She does
way
a lot
more
more.
than that.
Yeah. She covers the treasurer's office, the
Clerk's office.
clerk's office,
Mhm.
everything.
And that is a big benefit to the,
Yeah, motor
rather than
vehicles,
selling them up
she
the
does
side
motor
or
vehicles, which is the
website.
assessor's piece.
yes, yep.
No, I agree, it's a good investment. I wish we could have done this a few years back.
Yeah, we could've got it really cheap from the hospital.
Right.
Unfortunately. But we have already signed the contract, so there really isn't any issues. We would have to, we're already contractually obligated, and this is just the title.
The formality.
Right.
So I guess I just need a motion that you allow me to sign this title contract. That's what I would say.
I'll make a motion, we approve the purchase of the old house, but sign the contract.
Title contract. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The title contract.
To sign the title contract.
Perfect. All right.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
But do we need a call on this, or we've already, like you said, Leo, we've already done the big thing, this is just more of a formality now, right?
Right, this is just the settlement statement where, they followed through on it. Lincoln has to pay for title insurance, but he's paying for all that out of the money that we give him to buy it. And so, I'm really not sure about that $40. Did we just do that?
Yeah.
Or did we talk to the title company about it?
We talked to the title company and they just removed it, but where Lincoln had already signed the original agreement, we just deducted it, and they sent me a different agreement that I could use, that was just the buyers.
I know we record that for free.
Yeah.
Because we're a government agency, but I wasn't sure if 40 was divided, because the costs are all supposed to be divided between both parties, but if Jeremy's aware of that, then that's great.
He is, yes.
Okay.
Quick question, Ginger.
Mhm.
We got one recruiter down there in the building, and she's just wondering who to pay rent to, and
Yeah, I think we need to renegotiate that lease agreements and stuff, and I don't know who's gonna take care of that.
She probably needs to come to the commission, I would
Now, they
assume.
didn't pay us for rent.
Yeah.
Then we, analyze it and decide what we're gonna do with it, but the contract said that after we signed it, that they would have to pay us, but we would have to, we would deal with them personally. So if we want,
never make it to Beaver County and take it into.
Yeah.
correct,
Okay.
how we work.
And then I told her just if she had a copy of that contract, we would look at that, and I think we would just honor whatever it was.
Yeah, the contract just says that we're aware
I've transferred all the utilities from there into ours, but I didn't know who was occupying the spaces, so I couldn't reach out, but I feel like we need to get new lease agreements from these people that now say that you should pay Beaver County,
Yeah.
and I don't know who's gonna do that.
Yeah, we probably ought to get those contact info. I know the food bank's one of them with Carolyn White. And I don't know if they actually have a contract or any kind of a written agreement or whatever with food banks, but,
We probably ought to have Stephanie follow up on that, I would think.
We will have Carolyn here in a few minutes on another issue, so we can maybe bring it back up.
Is that all right?
When she comes.
Kind of like the hospital here, you know?
so maybe after the first of the year, we can work on those negotiations or whatever the contracts or agreements, MOU, whatever they are.
Commissioner Yardley, can you give me the info, like who rents there right now?
I can send that to you, the one that I know.
Okay, and then I'll get in touch with them and figure it out.
Well, and I'll have Carolyn get ahold of you.
Okay, I know Carolyn well.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way is for her to just come in and
Okay.
talk to you if there's any kind of a written agreement, or if it was just a verbal, I'm not sure.
All right.
We probably won't collect for the food bank, yes, we just let them use the building, we just need to make sure that's a normal unit to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever,
Collected or taken anything from it, okay.
I suspect though that the power bill to the food bank is, you know, something substantial or noticeable. They have a lot of those freezers and refrigerators hooked up, so, you know, if you're not paying rent, there should be some kind of analysis going on there and what it costs to have them in there.
I can let you know when we get that first billing, because I had them turn it over as far as December 1st, because that's what the title company agreement had the date of that on there as far as our purchase date. So it made sense to end November with Lincoln and start fresh December 1 with Beaver County. So I can let you know how much those utilities are going to run, and then maybe we can determine what that looks like for us and them.
okay. So we ought to put that on the agenda for
January. Yeah. Steph got it. All right, we good? Next item, consider signing service contract with Mountain West Computers. That's
So you
Aaron.
guys kind of already had that discussion with Aaron. He sent this contract to me so that we could have it just buttoned up. So going forward, January 1, it would have a new contract amount. So they have, you know, he said he hadn't increased his price in 10 years, and so this is including it. Yeah, we've got off pretty cheap. I know there's been other counties that are looking to do contract amounts with IT, and because it's actually much cheaper than paying wages and benefits to it, you know, in-house IT. So,
Yeah, he presented his budget hearing, so
Yeah.
I think it's nothing new to any of us.
no, this is just the contract.
You guys have any questions?
No, it's probably a better thing to talk, where she said,
Yeah, I think
have
so.
to hire somebody with salary and wages.
Yeah, recently I had Miller County reach out to me, and they have, their IT is retiring, and they can see the benefit, the cost benefit to not have in-house and paying the longevity of a seasoned IT person and the benefits and stuff. So I think they might be moving towards that as well.
I'll entertain a motion that we accept this contract with Mountain West Computers.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We keep the pen hot here today.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
sure.
Next one on the agenda is consider surplus item, Akira?
Mm-hmm.
QR-X.
a drone.
A drone.
Is this from the sheriff's office or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Search and
so,
rescue.
sorry. Search and rescue had this drone, it's very, very old. They got a new one recently, they just want to surplus this old one. I asked them what they thought they would get, like if they had a, starting, you know, minimum bid for surplus, and, Ashley Lightfoot is the one that sent me all of the information, and he said he doesn't even know, maybe start at 200 and see if anybody even bites. He's so old and huge, the technology is out of date, so, yeah, that's basically,
Is that, I mean, so, we don't know what it's worth?
that's what he told me. He said
200?
start at 300,
300.
and he's like, and see if anybody bites. He's like, it's not even,
We've had them. We got them shortly after I came into office.
so right here,
Mm-hmm. May, I came into office in 15.
so we've
I
had
got
it
them right after that.
that long. Very large.
Yeah.
Looks like it's way over my head.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fly
They crashed
either.
them a few times. I can tell you lots.
Oh, yeah, they have crashed every time.
Got GPS on it.
Looks like, I don't know what you guys are afraid of, that looks like a party.
Right?
Like my son.
Could be for somebody.
Yeah, even Kevin was like, no, I
Yeah.
can't use that, so.
I'll take a small one.
I can't believe they've only used it 4 times.
Yeah,
Really?
cause they probably needed it for some reason.
Well, they have used it on searches before, but they also
I got kind of.
crashed it several times.
Oh.
I'm fine with it. I'll make a motion, we put it on surplus and start at 300, we can always come down.
Perfect. Like it. Second?
I'll second that.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll get it on there.
All in favor of that? Thank you. Surplus it is.
Does that go on our website?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Brenda wants to know.
Yeah.
He wants to acquire the relic.
So there's, Commissioner,
Don't
there's
crash
a
it.
public surplus website that it will go on. So you have to go on Public Surplus Utah, and that's where it'll be.
Is it linked from our website?
Yeah, there's you have a link, yeah.
We should have asked for more.
Sorry, the pictures are very, like, large, so let me get past them.
Where are you going next?
I'm going to the next thing.
Oh, next time?
Yeah.
Okay. So consider signing renewal of facility use agreement. Ms. Vaughn.
Commissioner, I've got Carolyn White, the Scout Committee Secretary Treasurer, coming in to join me on this, and she needs a few more minutes to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to swap the
Yep.
Council on Aging
If
one?
you're ready for it.
Yeah, I can totally do that one, if you're okay with that. Let me just,
I think that's fine.
Okay, we're gonna go down,
We're gonna talk actually about the, updated Council on Aging new bus agreement.
yeah, so as you know, Council on Aging is acquiring a new senior bus through, I think through federal transportation is who it's coming through. But in this process, there is an agreement that says that we will provide insurance, and there are 3 spots in the certificate. I've already provided a certificate of assurance from USIP to show how much coverage, liability coverage we have for vehicles and things. And this is just requiring, one of the steps is just requiring us to, yes, we have insurance, yes, this is how much our insurance is. And so Commission Chairman just has to sign those 3 spots in that agreement, and we turn it back over to the Federal Transportation, I think is who it is, which I think she's actually working with UDOT, Sheila. got one with the director of the Council on Aging, so that they can have more documentation. It's been quite the process for this bus. So,
How many years is it?
yeah, well, I think we'll get the purchase price next week.
So they have finally come through on the funding?
I believe so. I think it's federal transportation, which then circles down through UDOT, and I think the funding mechanism is actually like we're going to get reimbursed by UDOT, I believe, in the end. But there's just all these hoops you have to. Yeah, there's just all these hoops.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There's also the letter. This one?
Yeah, so this is just saying that we know we're purchasing. This is the one that she had you draft.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
What's this one?
So this is a letter, that this is another piece of it. I don't know, I didn't have it together to have it signed.
Yeah, it's patterned after another.
Yeah, Washington County had already been awarded a bus, and so they just used Washington County's template that said we know we're getting this bus, and this is saying it's okay to purchase this senior bus.
Right.
Well, this is actually one of the, which one is this going to replace, I should say?
I think the plan was to put the new one in Beaver and then send the used one from Beaver down to Edenville or Montezville.
Yeah, and surplus like Minersville. I think, actually, I'm not even sure. I know it's either Milford or Minersville's buses that we need to surplus in the end.
The Montezville is the one we just took to anytime we fixed it. They did get it fixed, so we can at least surplus it that's running now.
Okay. Yeah, I just paid a bill for that. I wasn't sure that was what it was for.
And all we haven't used them other than
Mm-mm.
Bryce has used them,
Mm-hmm.
I think, since COVID.
And Ginger, looking at the contract, that she was sent, it looks like they'll pay $80,000 for the bus, the federal side, and then we pay 20%.
Yeah, up to $80,000. The bus is not going to cost that much, but I figure our portion of it's going to be $20,000.
Okay, and it looked like the total price was $109,000. Does that sound right?
Oh, I never saw that.
Do I scroll up? Is it in there?
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it's not in the packet. Sheila sent me a.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't seen that amount.
Okay, I'll send you that email and then we'll talk after the meeting.
Okay.
See how we'll make all that.
It was my understanding they could go up to $80,000 is what they would be approved for, and then we would pay a portion of that, which was close to $20,000.
Sure. Yeah, and that's what the contract looked like, but it was when the total of us was over the 100,000, then it was a little, I wasn't sure how that worked. There's about 9,000 that's not accounted for, so I think we'll have to pull that out of our budget somewhere on it.
Yeah, I mean, I do have it budgeted for that whole amount, and then we'll get reimbursed, so we'll see how it shakes out in the end as far as cost, because I picked up what I was told, which was by Sheila via the UDOT representative that she's been dealing with the state of Utah, so.
Okay, and I know this has been ordered since, I think, 2020 or 2021, Tammy, I can't remember.
Yeah, I'd say 20 or 19 even. We've been a long time waiting on this. And that seems to be always the problem when you're working with all of the different federal, state, whatever, is it's such a long process, to get it. We've had it on the books, I don't know, I'd say at least 3 years.
At least 3.
Yeah. That's obviously changed in the last 2 years, so.
Yeah, the price has gone up, that's the hard part. The price has gone up, it was like $64,000, now it's up to $80,000, so it's just the costs have changed since this process started.
Well, and we had to wait our turn, so
Correct.
I'll send you guys all a copy of that email that I have, and let you guys look at it, and then we'll talk after the meeting if needed.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I probably need a motion for two things, one for the signature, and then one for the letter.
I'd say the grant award letter is what I would.
Grant award letter. So let's do one at a time. This is the signature one right now we're looking at.
Can we combine
Can
it?
it just be one motion?
Can we just do one motion for, and include them both? Because it's
Just
for the
list
same.
both, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do one motion, just list both. That's great.
Okay, I'll make that motion. I'm not gonna read that whole thing.
Okay? Got a
I'm
second?
lazy.
I'll second the motion, it's a good motion.
Well, I can say it for, to the authority or designation of signature for the Utah Public Transit Team Grant Award and Management Process.
There we go.
Okay. Thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Make it unanimous. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we still gotta wait a little bit. It's probably done.
Carolyn's still not here, but I see Jen is here.
I came up early, so in case you wanted to move me forward.
Jen, come on up.
I would love to.
We're waiting for one other person to get for that, so we'll just bump you up a little bit.
I like that.
How are you this morning?
Commissioners,
Good to see
I
you.
am so stinking good. I'm so sorry to hear that some of you are ill. Jen Lakeland, Strategic Development Director, so that we're on record. What we have today is just Resolution 2023-10, which is basically a resolution approving the interlocal agreement that was entered into with the Economic Development Board. So this is a formality to accept the agreement with the three cities. That agreement, the agreement has been reviewed by Vaughn. This resolution has not, so my apologies to Vaughn, but we did actually take the one that Milford adopted last week that was reviewed by Leo.
Good enough.
So very, very close. Just changed some of the wording to match Beaver County instead of Milford City. Again, just a formality to accept the agreement between the three cities and the county to provide economic development services to those counties, to develop plans, to conduct the board. The board is critical for the rural county grant. We don't qualify for the rural county grant unless we have a board that is functioning and being consulted and making recommendations up to you, the commissioners. So all necessary hoops, basically, is what we're dealing with today, Commissioner.
Nice.
Hey, Steph, can you scroll to the agreement?
We don't have agreement attached here. Did we put it in the packet, the larger agreement in the packet?
It's not in
Okay.
And the cities are aware of this resolution as well.
The cities have actually passed all of their
We're-
resolutions.
we're the
We're the
last.
last
Okay.
piece, just to firm up all of those signatures.
Okay.
Let me pull that up for you, Commissioner. Stephanie, I'm going to forward this interlocal agreement to you. This is just a copy that Milford City has signed. You can bring that up for the commissioners really quickly.
So for the record as well, this is resolution number 2023-10.
Correct, yes, sir. Scroll down a little bit more, Steph. Keep going. This is where the interlocal agreement begins, Commissioner Pearson.
Okay, we're not seeing
a full-time IT person here today.
Always a little bit challenging when you add the remote component.
Well, she's running multiple things at once, so.
How about now?
There you go.
You can see it now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, good.
Let us know when you're ready for a scroll, Commissioner.
Yeah, go ahead, you can scroll up.
So as you remember, just for some background, this basically establishes all three of the cities as voting members. It also calls for several different contingencies from across the county as people who would weigh in, public at large. The school district certainly always has offered help and wants to participate. So you'll see them listed as participating parties a little bit later in this agreement. The cities, if you'll remember from several months back when we talked about this, the cities have actually decided that they wanted to designate the city administrators as their voting members, but certainly the mayors come to the table and weigh in and have opinions to be added, and we certainly welcome that, as well as your guys' attendance, the commissioners' attendance. So you'll notice this is intended to last for 3 years. There is an out clause for each of the cities. Basically, they have to give us notice in writing. These are the listed amounts. Beaver County put in $40,000. Beaver City puts in $10,000. Milford City puts in $10,000. And Minersville Town contributes $2,500.
So does this have a start date?
So yes, all of the documents and resolutions that the cities have passed have said that it's effective immediately. We were, annually I like to think about our budget annually because we're January through December, but the cities are all on the opposite schedule. So I was planning on sending out invoices in January, but all of the cities said, well, we're not paying you until July. And I said, oh, well, that's an easy fix. We can invoice fully in July. Each of the cities, this page right here actually shows that they can make quarterly payments, but none of the cities really want to do that. They just want one invoice. So, but it's in there in case they should need some assistance that way.
I don't have a problem with that because we all understand the budgeting process, so
Yes,
they're on
ma'am.
the fiscal year starting July 1st, and I was thinking that they were September, but
No, that's some of my other fun grants throw in that September, August timeline. But our cities start in July. Is school district October 1? Yeah, okay, that makes sense too.
Any other questions?
Well, it'll be good to have an official document signed and everybody on board and everybody understands what it is. So it is not a myth anymore if we can get this one done.
Correct. Not a myth, and I've been curious how you guys would like me to move forward with collecting all the signatures. Certainly each of the cities have already signed theirs. So I thought about just taking one master one and having them re-sign, even though they've officially signed for their own copies. So we have wet ink on an actual paper. Or if you'd rather me just take their copies of their electronic signatures and superimpose them onto this contract for us. Happy to do and execute whichever one you want, but wanted your input on how you'd like to see that moving forward.
time-consuming stuff to try and catch everything with the new signatures, so.
Yeah, that'd be, and tedious.
It is, we're out in the community fairly often. Very honestly, Minersville Town would be the hardest one for me to collect. But I'm happy to do the work if that's the way you want it, or if you're happy with just the electronic superimposing, I can do that as well.
Yeah. I think that's all intents and purposes fine.
Okay.
We just signed,
Yeah.
each one of the cities already signed and thrown in a file. At least we know we've captured them.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. That's a great idea. That way I can just have Wade sign the 3 different copies.
Yes. He's there, he's the overachiever today.
This is
the literal,
Something
versus
like that.
phoning it in, right?
But let's go back to resolution 2023-10, which does need to be motioned and passed today.
Would you like to read it? Commissioner, would you like
Do you want me to read it, or you guys is it's on your screen?
It's different.
Never mind, I got you.
There it is. No, not, there you go.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, well, I don't know whose turn it is.
It's yours. We
You
were
just-
just
you just said
smugly
it's
saying
yours.
that it was yours, volunteering you.
I will make a motion that we approve resolution number 2023-10. The resolution approving the interlocal agreement between Beaver County, Beaver City, Milford City, and Myersville Town to fund economic development within Beaver County.
Excellent.
Nicely done.
It was nicely done.
Second, Commissioner Yardley, all in favor?
Aye. Commissioner Pearson, aye.
Commissioner Holling said aye.
You know, there's sometimes I just
Resolution.
feel left out, and I just
Yeah.
want to say aye as well, even though it's not my place. Thank you, Commissioners, I appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll have you, we'll get back to
I'll
that.
arrange it, don't worry, Commissioner.
Okay. Vaughn and Carolyn, come on up. This is going to be the renewal of facility use agreement.
And where would you like this? Is this okay just right?
Yeah, I think right there, 'cause it's close right there.
Maybe pull both, or maybe pull both of mics over, start with one, yeah.
So Commission, before we jump into the issue of the cabin in the park, could we go back up to the to the Milford Hospital purchase?
Sure.
Would that be okay? Carolyn is, I believe, your board chair of the Beaver County Food Network.
Yeah.
And they're currently tenants there at the Milford Hospital. There was some discussion previously about whether or not Food Network pays rent currently. Carolyn informs me that
We do pay rent.
You do pay rent.
Yeah, and it has been a source of several times we were gonna have to close it down because we don't pay rent here at the county that receives the search and rescue building. But down there, we've been paying rent to Lincoln, and when we don't have grant money available, it's been, well, we're gonna have to close down, and that would be the pantry that would be closed because we can't afford the rent. So that's always been a source of,
Maybe a little
Concern.
struggle, concern
Yeah.
there, yes. Yeah. I think we can address that issue and maybe solve that problem. Commissioners, what do you think?
I agree.
so you're saying that you're going to, allow us to use the building
What do
without rent?
you pay rent now?
$450, I think it is.
$450 a month?
Yeah.
Does that include utilities too?
Part of our conversation, and I think I can't remember, you or maybe it was Leo that said, that there's probably some utilities there, so, I can't think that the county could absorb all of that, but maybe that's something worth discussing.
Well, I do know that the utilities, everything is covered at the, over here at
At the old sheriff's office, at the
Yeah.
search and rescue building. Yeah.
And we have never paid anything there, and that has allowed us to continue to operate in that facility without fear of having to close.
Well, and it's a service for the people in the community, right? It's a
Right.
service and.
Right, it's a totally nonprofit.
Right.
We have a board that is set up because we are a nonprofit, but no one gets paid except the two pantry managers, so everything else is volunteer.
And it provides food to a lot of people in the county free of charge.
Yeah, we're servicing about 300 people every 2 weeks in both pantries. That's about an average.
So 600 total or 300 total?
Yeah,
600
600 total.
600 total.
Yeah,
Per month.
Per month.
300 every 2 weeks, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so when we
And
get our
Those are
report.
surprising.
And, you know, if you wanted to get those reports of what we're, you know, what we're doing, we could share those reports with you as well, because we do have to fill them out to give to those that, we get grant money from. The grant money is drying up, and we don't have a lot of grant money coming through Five County like we used to. And we do have a lot of people that donate money locally, and we appreciate that, because that's the only thing that has kept Milford open, really, the last couple of years, is those local donations.
That's wonderful. I know, Carolyn, you and I have had this, or had a short conversation about this, but, there might be a possibility of you using some of those factors, but I think we'd have to do a deeper dive or inspection on what that would take to make possible for you guys. I mean, you said the access would be fine, but then you wouldn't necessarily have access to restrooms, so.
Yeah, so, Mr. Lincoln Cox, he wanted us to move to the back part of that building, which I take was some kind of a service room for the hospital, or a janitor's room or something. And when we went and looked at it, it needed a lot of work in order to make that. I mean, we have to keep USDA food separate from all the other foods. In order to get USDA food, we have to agree that we will keep that separate from all other foods, and we have to account for every bit of food that comes in and goes out of that. So, in that room back there was no partitions, there was no anything, and then the restrooms was a problem because we had to go clear to the front. A lot of times we have clients that come in and that need to use the restroom. But we're so grateful for Beaver County letting us use the search and rescue building. Yet sometimes it's hard because it's not handicap accessible through that door, but we make it work. And it has been, that's kept us in business, and being able to service people at that building. So we really appreciate that.
Well, for me, I know this is not on the agenda, but I think we should, circle back on this when we have some discussions about that rent stuff, for sure.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
And I'd be glad to come in again if you need to. So.
Okay. Yeah. You guys have any other questions for that? Otherwise, we'll move on to the next item.
It's a great service for the citizens of Beaver County. We can definitely participate wherever we can to help that out. It's really helping the citizens in the county, so we need to do what we can on our side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent.
All right, moving on to the facility use agreement on the log cabin in the park in 40 South Main. Maybe by way of a little bit of background, I am the board chair, and Carolyn is the secretary and treasurer of the Scouts of Beaver County. We are a nonprofit 501c3 corporation that serves as the chartering organization for Troop 323 and Pack 323, the local Boy Scout troop and Cub Scout pack. And we've been up and going as a community troop and a community pack for the past 4 years, and we just resubmitted our charter renewal for 2024. So we're going to continue scouting in Beaver County for at least 1 more year. It's been a great success. For example, this past year, we just got 6 boys passed off on their Eagle Scout rank, and if Xander can get his last 2 letters of recommendation in, we'll have 1 more. We'll have 7 Eagle Scouts.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
This
That's
year.
really awesome.
And
Wow.
There's still one at my house. For Thunder.
Xander hasn't picked it up from you, so he needs to pick it up from Scoutmaster Lonnie as well.
Yours,
Good old
Yeah.
Xander. Good old Xander.
Sorry,
He was supposed to do that yesterday. Okay.
Well, you
I'll
give me
get
my
after
deadline.
Xander. The county's been very, very kind in allowing us to use the old travel and tourism building. That's the log cabin in the park. A copy of the original facility use agreement is there in part of your packet. What we're asking is that you allow us, the Scouts of Beaver County, to renew the facility use agreement for 1 more year for 2024 under the same terms and conditions as were previously allowed. I would add there's a little bit of wear on the building that we're attempting to address. For example, last summer, there were some problems with the shingles on the roof. Some of them came off. We didn't replace the whole roof, but Hal Murdoch, City Council member Hal Murdoch and I got on the roof together and we reshingled a huge portion
Wow.
of that cabin shingles together. And then there is some wear on some of the logs as well. One of our Boy Scouts, Colt Moffett, wants to take and replace one of the decorative logs out front that's not structural. If it were structural, that'd be a little beyond our ability, but
So it does need structural as well.
it does also need structural, but at least for now, we can replace one of the logs that's not structural, that's decorative, and then we can put some new varnish on the exterior. And then there's another boy that wants to re-varnish the floors inside and try and talk him into painting as well. So we will continue to do our best to maintain the building, at least within our ability to do so.
We do pay the lights and the gas.
That's right, that's right. Each month, Ginger sends a copy of the utilities down to us, and Carol is very prompt in getting utilities paid for the building.
Perfect. Any questions? None? Well, then I'll entertain a motion that we sign this facility use agreement with
Scouts of Beaver County.
Scouts of Beaver County. So moved, Commissioner Yardley?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make it unanimous. That's awesome, 7 Scouts, potentially Eagle Scouts this year.
7 Eagle Scouts, 6 for sure, hopefully a 7th, and Sandra will pick up that darn letter.
That's wonderful, also serves for the people of the county as well, for, you know, Scouts, you know.
Really nice service
I
up
would
there.
point out, the county's benefited from our troop.
Yeah.
For example, just a summer ago, Keston Curtis built 16 benches up at Tusher Lakeside Campground, at the amphitheater, and also just around the campsites and in the meadow. And then Jeremiah Kaziba reshingled the outhouses, and he also painted the new dock, and he also repaired that old log room fence. And then in addition, our troop has done other service up there. Not legal project related, just service up at Tusher Campground. And then we've done service down at Minersville Reservoir as well. So the county's getting its bang for its buck on this investment. Our troop's giving a lot of service back to the county.
That's awesome.
Well, I just want to say, your trip is amazing. You guys are the workhorses, not necessarily the shell ponies, but you're the workhorses for the county, and we appreciate that. And then I want to for sure tell Carolyn, thank you for your dedicated service for so many years on everything. Everybody says volunteerism for that, and they tell them not in Beaver County. So I appreciate everything that you do on good faith and the Scouts, and same with you, Lon. It's an incredible thing. I wish we could advertise more for you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you to you very much, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. Have a wonderful day. All right, anything else we need to bring up before I go to this last item on the agenda? Ginger? Vaughn? Stephanie? Either you two online, anything on there you need to address before we go to closed session?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
We missed everybody.
So I'm going to entertain that we go into a closed session for the discussion of real property negotiation.
I'll make that motion.
Make a motion, got a second?
I'll second.
All in favor with a roll call, please?